Hello everybody, and welcome to the 9th episode, and this time it's going to be a, fuller episode than last time, and we will also be returning to a more regular schedule. So, as I'm sure you can already see, I've expanded the storage building in between episodes. I have finished putting 2 storage buses on every barrel down here, and let me explain a few things about that. The barrels from factorization will only work if you have a storage bus on the top and the bottom. That will allow you to pull items in or from the barrels, and that will also allow you to put items into an AE terminal and they'll get dumped into the barrel. Now, I've excuse me, also ran the quarry a couple more times, as you can see, and I will show you how I got that working in a minute here. The quarries were so big that I was constantly having to come on here and empty a ton of cobblestone, dirt, and other junk out of here. So, as you can see, we have item ducts down there. Each one has a pneumatic servo. We have a whitelist filter set up, so the ones on the bottom will only pull out cobblestone, gravel, dirt, and sand. And it all goes into this trash can down here. So right now I'm voiding those 4 materials. Now, second of all this is the ore that I processed from the latest quarry. I was getting so much ore that I needed an automated ore processing area. So I did 7 pulverizers, 7 redstone furnaces, all of it being powered by 6 magmatic dynamos. I had to use redstone energy conduits because Harden only carry 400 RF per tick. And I think I calculated I needed more than that. Either way, so yeah, let's go look at the quarry, because I believe it was Industrial Craft or Build Craft, one of the mods I was trying to use to make this work, I guess had gotten updated, the coding had gotten all moved around, which broke quite a bit of stuff. So here you can see I have a stone transport pipe straight into a chest. I got an item duct pulling items out of the chest into the Tesseract. That seems to work fine. And that's a pipe plug to keep the pipe from going directly into the Tesseract. So yeah, let's see here, what else? There was a dungeon I found, but I think it got destroyed by the quarry, but we can go ahead and go check anyways, just to be safe. I imagine you're probably struggling to see this, and I do apologize for that. However, there's not much I can do at the moment, I'm afraid. Yeah, so, as I figured, it got destroyed by the quarry. Which I really should have thought about that before I ran that quarry, but unfortunately I did not think about that, so again, I apologize. Okay, so let's see here. What else? Well, obviously, I used up an axe, so I do have a hatchet for the few times I want to just cut a single piece of wood and not take out a whole tree or whatever. Also added a bunch of new crafting recipes to the auto crafter, as you can see here. And yeah, pretty much it's been run a quarry, process the ore, And yeah. So in case you're wondering, I put ores in here, I got an item duct pulling items out, and obviously they go down here, drop into the pulverizer. The pulverizer automatically outputs both slots to the bottom, which is received by the redstone furnace. It gets smelted. There's item ducts all along the bottom there that pull out from the furnaces, and obviously send the finished products to the gold chest here. So, I believe a couple things that we're going to do this episode. As you can see, I got diamonds aplenty now. My Certus quartz isn't doing half bad either. I believe what we're going to do is... oh yes. So this stuff. Pulverized coal. Which is supposed to be able to be turned into... yes, raw carbon fiber. Well, as I've shown you previously, for whatever reason, it doesn't want to work. And again, I think that might have something to do with the whole some mod got updated, which broke everything, basically. And so, basically, what we're going to do here is... we're going to do this and delete 3 stacks of pulverized coal, and that's that. Hopefully this works. There we go. Raw carbon mesh. And then I believe, yes, you put it in the compressor. And that will give you carbon plates. Now, I know you guys probably aren't terribly happy to see me spawning something in, but as I said, I literally had no choice. The crafting recipe did not work. So, yeah. But I consumed the materials, I got the items that I would have crafted, and that's about as best as I can do right now. Also, I suppose I should mention that from what I hear, factorization barrels might simply have some sort of problem with them where you have to use 2 storage buses per barrel. From what I hear, the Better Barrels mod, you can just use 1, but that's not installed in this mod pack, so I can't test that. So I suppose another thing we can do is a tape measure. I cannot believe... I swear I built one, but I will have to make sure that I don't, or didn't, and then... yeah. I did not build a tape measure. And that is something you should always have. So string, where's the string? There it is. We'll make the reel. And then 4 bits of iron, and we have a tape measure. This is very cheap to make, and it is so very handy. Let me show you, in case you haven't already seen what the tape measure does. So, I like to try to keep my quarries a more or less uniform shape, but generally I don't remember how big I made them. So with the tape measure, you just right click there, and I can walk all the way up to here, And as you can see, it's slowly updating as I go. So it's about 44 blocks this way. And oh, didn't like me doing that. It is about 29 blocks this way. Very useful. Always keep a tape measure around. Like, generally it's a good idea to have a tape measure in real life as well. But in Minecraft also, if you're like me and like building uniform shapes, a tape measure is a must-have. And like I said, it's ridiculously cheap, so... Okay, so I'm going to make most of the nano armor this episode, hopefully. And so as soon as those carbon plates are done, we will start building that. Let's see here, what else? I'm also thinking about working towards, well, to be perfectly honest, probably it's going to be, I'm going to work on putting together the final bits of automated crafting, because, like, the basic processor assembly, I have to craft it, take it out of the terminal, stick it in an oven, stick the finished product back in the terminal, and yeah, I think it's time for me to start working on setting up some machines to auto-craft. Also, I am thinking I probably need to start working towards a mass fabricator. But of course, now it's not just a mass fabricator you have to make. You have to make a mass fabricator, a tank to store the UU matter, a replicator, a storage unit, and a pattern scanner thing. Don't remember what it's called exactly. So hopefully, let's see here. As far as I know, yeah. The helmet's the only thing that needs something special. And I only seem to have 2 energy crystals. There's the body armor. Okay. Wait. Come on. And so there is obviously the quantum armor, but again, that would require a mass fabricator, which is a right pain in the neck to make. So for now, I mean, you're pretty much indestructible with nano armor anyways. Now obviously, we still need to make the helmet, but that requires night vision goggles, which requires a bunch of stuff. So we're not doing that right now. But we now have most of the nano suit put together. Next episode, I really am going to finish the night vision goggles and then we can make the helmet. Now, what I'm going to do is cut here real quick while I go build up a new platform for the quarry, and then I'll be back to set it up and show you guys it running. So I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, we are back. Yeah, just finished getting another quarry platform set up. And I believe it should be as big as the first one. Even though I swear it looks smaller, but oh well. World chunk, don't mind that. It's something you gotta deal with, I'm afraid. know there's a button that forces Minecraft to reload chunks, but I keep forgetting what it is. Eventually I'll remember, don't worry. Just can't remember what it is right now. And I don't think it should affect the quarry. It's just, well, like I said, one of those things you have to deal with in Minecraft. Whether it's modded or not. Now, I know you've seen me set up the quarry before, but I figure it doesn't hurt to show you guys again. Pretty simple. Also, hopefully you guys know how to make landmarks, but if not, you basically make a redstone torch and then craft a piece of lapis on top of the redstone torch, and you get a landmark. It's really simple, very cheap, and very useful. Usually you should make 4 of them, because I know you've always seen me use 3, but the 4th one is useful if you want to designate how tall the quarry is. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Really could use a new computer chair. This one squeaks like crazy. Okay. Guess where that other one fell, and I'm going to drown. Ow. Ow. I have to say, at least Morph is on here. The squid is very useful for diving into quarries. And I always put my quarries over water because then if you happen to hit lava, you're guaranteed to get obsidian. And obsidian is very useful, and it's also very useful to turn lava into obsidian because the quarry does not mine through lava. It will stop mining if it hits lava. Which, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure that makes a whole lot of sense, but I didn't make the mod, so you know. Right, now, obviously, we're going to need to set it up so that it behaves properly. And also, in case you're wondering how you make a pneumatic servo, it's 1 redstone, 2 iron, and 2 glass. Or you could look it up in any eye, you know. Just saying. Alright, so let's get this thing started, and then I guess we'll be getting close to wrapping up. And just boop. There we go. Power is now flowing through the tesseract, and the quarry is building. Of course, that world hole is still there, but as I said, it's what you gotta deal with in Minecraft. There we go. So yeah, we'll just sit here and watch it build. Maybe not the most interesting thing to watch, but I always like to watch my quarries get built. Especially since this one is very, very quick to build. There we go. Here comes the digger. And there, as you can see, stuff is being piped into the chest. chest is pulling it, or the item duct is pulling it out, sending it into the Tesseract, and obviously the Tesseract is teleporting the items back to base. Although back at base, they are put in chests, and the dirt, sand, gravel, and cobblestone are immediately sent into a trash can, which leaves plenty of room for the goodies. And yeah, I guess that'll do. So yes, and real quick, we'll take a look here, and as you can see, as it's being put in, it's being pulled out, tossed into the trash can. Anything like the abyssal stone, clay, some of the stuff like that, obviously, as you can see, that doesn't get voided. But we also don't get, like, 10 iron chests stuffed with them, so... yeah, I do believe this about wraps it up for this episode. So as I said, in between this episode and next, I'm probably going to focus mainly on setting up an area for machines to be added into the auto crafting system. I am also going to finish up the night vision goggles so that we can build the final piece of the nanosuit. And I will probably also add more solar panels because this stuff holds so much energy. It requires some pretty hefty power to recharge. And I might also, as I said, start working towards a mass fabricator. And also, I guess I should tell you guys that depending on if there's, well, anything good added in the next Direwolf pack update, I am actually considering switching the mod pack on my server. However, I will obviously let you guys know what's happening with that if there's ever an update to this pack anytime soon. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and as always, let me know what you guys thought down in the comments, and I will see you guys next week for, I promise it won't be more of my server. It'll be something different. I'm just not sure yet what yet. Anyways, I will see you guys then. So, bye.